Hey guys, welcome to another video. I'm sorry about how long it's taken me to actually get this video up, but it has been one hell of a couple of weeks. Our oven broke, and then we went to pick up, we got one off of Facebook Marketplace, like just a cheap replacement one. Got it home, wired it in, started cooking tea, and then it started making like a really loud rattling noise. And then the electrics went off, like it completely tripped the whole electrics. So yeah, we now have two broke ovens, which is bloody fantastic. And then on top of that, Charlie now has chicken pox, so I've been running off of caffeine and sleep deprivation for the last week. Yeah, it's been bloody brilliant. But anyway, on to my little kitchen restock of things that can be cooked on a hob instead of the oven. Yeah, I thought I'd make some ice lollies to begin with. Obviously, the first lot I made was made out of just oranges, so I thought, yeah, I mean, I catch Holly right in the freezer all the time for ice lollies, so I thought if I make them out of fruit, then I don't really have to feel bad about how often she is robbing ice lollies out of the freezer. So, yeah, made the first lot out of oranges, and then the second lot just out of some diluted squash, which if you're in America is, I don't think you really have anything like it, but it's just juice that you mix, mostly water with a little bit of juice. And then anyway, onto the meat and stuff. I cut up a load of cheese and some onions and made some cheesy burgers. I did put some of the onions and minced beef into a separate bag because I wanted to try making sloppy joes, which is like an American thing. Turns out it's actually really nice. I wasn't sure when it was cooking. I was thinking, my God, that smells a bit funny, but yeah, it was really nice. But yeah, burger wise, I just literally chucked in a load of minced beef, some cut up onions, some herbs, like just general Italian ones, oregano, basil, bit of paprika, some salt, pepper, yeah, just the usual things. And then mix it all up, started shaping burgers, and then realised I forgot to put eggs. Cut that bit out just to save the boredom. But yeah, put in a few eggs and then shaped a load of burgers. I made some big ones for like just normal actual beef burgers, and then I thought it'd be fun to make some like little mini ones for the kids. I thought I'd cook quicker on days where I really can't be bothered and I just want dinner done quickly. Then I can cook little baby ones, a couple of them with some chips or something. It's just a quick meal. But yeah, I think I had 750 grams pot of minced beef and then a 250 or 500 grams, I can't remember which. But I got a fair few burgers out of it anyway, and then the bag of minced beef and onion that I put back for the sloppy joes. So I think we got like 3 or 4 meals out of it in the end, so definitely worth sort of making your own. After that, I thought I'd move on to the rice pudding. I just did that as like a little supper thing, just fill the kids up before bed. Charlie's really liking rice pudding lately, and he's not much of a big eater, so if I find something that he'll happily eat, I'm gonna capitalize on it. So I got this recipe when I was younger. I used to go to a cookery school once a week with the school that I went to. It was a cookery school in a restaurant in Bristol, and yeah, every week when we did a recipe, they would print off like a little printout thing of it, and I still got it from about 15 years ago. But it's a really good recipe. So it's literally orange juice and like the zest of an orange, obviously the rice, the milk. If you want the recipe, I'll write it down below because I can't think off the top of my head, but it's the orange, white chocolate and cardamom scented rice pudding, and it is bloody lush. So yeah, I made that. The kids had a bowl each before bed, just sort of fill them up a little bit. I was hoping that I was going to get a full night's sleep is what it is. All right, fill them right up before bed, and I might actually get to sleep all night without being woken up. So wishful thinking, eh? But yeah, really nice recipe. So if you want it, let me know and I will write it out in the comments. After that, I thought I would make some muffins. I've started making them quite a bit lately, to be fair, because it's just one of those things where like I can make a really big batch, freeze most of them, and when we want them, they'll defrost within an hour or two at the most, depending on obviously how warm your kitchen is. And you can kind of just chuck whatever you want in to feel a little bit better about the fact that it pretty much is just cupcakes. I put a lot of fruit with it. I've done some with blueberries, some with raspberries, and some with chocolate chips. I'm really sorry if you can hear my washing machine in the background, it's quite loud. But yeah, I just feel like the more fruit you put in, the less cake is actually involved, so it's a little bit healthier. Quite lucky, really, where we are. I was watching a video the other day, and I think it was based in Canada, and this woman got a bag of like frozen fruit, and it was like £12 something. Well, not pound, I guess dollars, but still, that probably works out to be about a tenner, done it, I'm sure. But yeah, sorry, my throat keeps going. I think I'm coming down with something again now. It just never ends. It's just brilliant. But yeah, at Tesco's, it's literally £2.25 for a bag of frozen blueberries or frozen raspberries, and you get more than what you would if you bought it fresh. So I buy fresh fruit as much as I think is going to last. I don't really live that near a supermarket, so it's kind of, I've got to try and buy as much as I can that's going to last before I have to then worry about a shop again. So I'll buy fresh, and then by the time the fresh fruits ran out, we can kind of usually get by a couple of days on the frozen stuff, either by putting it in muffins or doing like little smoothies, or literally just putting some in a bowl and waiting for it to defrost. But yeah, you get more for your money buying frozen than you do fresh, which obviously I know fresh is nicer to have, but it doesn't last as long, a couple of days, and yeah, it's kind of out. So but yeah, at this point Holly decided to help me with the cakes as well. We got 2 trays, so 24 altogether. We had a couple then and then froze the rest. I had like the extra large Tesco bags, like the freezer bags. We fully filled one of those and had a couple left out to eat that evening. But yeah, that'll last us like a good week probably. I eat quite a lot of them, to be fair. It's not just kids, it's me too. After the cakes, I melted some chocolate. I got these new ice lolly molds off of Amazon, and they come with like little wooden sticks and stuff. So I thought I'd make some ice lollies, as you saw earlier, and then also some like chocolate ice creams, kind of like Magnums. I just melted some chocolate, completely coated the like the insides of the molds, and then put that in the freezer to freeze. Well, just to harden up. And then I made some homemade ice cream, which I've already got a video on that. I don't know if it's a short or a video, I can't remember, but it's definitely on my channel, so have a look at that if you want to make your own ice cream. Literally just 2 ingredients, quick as anything. But yeah, I made some of that, and then I cut up a load of fruit, and we made some like fruit ones with just some juice. If you're in America or Canada, I don't know if you have squash, but it's literally like a concentrated juice, like a fruit juice, and you basically just mix it like probably, I don't know, about 4 parts water and 2 parts juice. No, 1 part juice. My God, it's maths, don't ask me. You mix it mostly with water anyway. Mostly water, bit of juice. But yeah, we made some of those with like a load of fruit in it, just to use up some of the fruit that we had. This is the ice cream. Holly was helping me with this as well. Literally just 2 ingredients, double cream and condensed milk. You just whip up the double cream, add in the condensed milk, however much you want, and you're good to go, pretty much. Just freeze it. So I made like quite a bit of it, really. We used some for the chocolate ice creams that we're making, and the rest I forgot to record it, but I just crumbled up some chocolate bars on top, twirls. Just crumble some of that on top, put it in the container, and then put it in the freezer. So the kids had that for dessert a couple of days of the week, so they were happy with that. And then after that, it was on to pumpkin pie. The recipe that I used for pumpkin pie is also on my channel. You might have to scroll back a little bit because it's one of the first videos that I did. But yeah, this pumpkin pie, if you're in England, chances are you probably never tried it. It's really not a thing in England. It's so hard to even get hold of the pumpkin. At Halloween you can get the small cooking pumpkins and roast it yourself and puree it, but outside of Halloween, like you won't really find pureed pumpkin in tins in shops. It's pretty rubbish, to be fair. Not much pumpkin flavour stuff in England. I get it off of Amazon, the puree pumpkin. It's not cheap either. They doubled the price. It used to be like £2 some a tin. It's now like almost £4 a tin. But if you haven't tried pumpkin pie, you really need to. It sounds gross. It sounds like it's going to be disgusting, but it's not. It's bloody lush. It tastes like a cinnamony type custard in pastry. It really is nice. So if you haven't tried it, definitely try it. If you live in America or Canada, chances are you probably have tried it, so you know what I'm on about. But yeah, this is the recipe I used anyway. I made like a little bit too much pastry, so I thought rather than waste it, I'll make some little mini pies. So I just used like a normal cupcake tin and cut out some circles with the leftover pastry and made some little mini baby pumpkin pies. First time doing it, to be fair, and it turned out quite nice as well, so I won't waste any pastry in the future. I'll make some little baby ones with the leftovers. I've been making pumpkin pie now for the last year or two, I think. And this is the first time I've realised that there's recipes on the inside of the wrapper from the pumpkin puree. Never realised before. And I've made a pumpkin pie with actual, like, roasting my own pumpkin like twice. Every other time I've bought the exact same tins, and I never realised that there was recipes on the inside. So kept them this time. Once I did that, I thought I'd make some sourdough crackers because I was getting like kind of like a hoard of sourdough. The sourdough starters had like 2 or 3 jars, so I thought make some crackers, use plenty up, and then I can try and condense it into like 2 jars instead of 3. I don't even know why I've got so many jars of starter at this point. I'm pretty sure, I can't remember if I did like an individual video just of this recipe or if it might have been on one of my other videos, my other like kitchen restock ones. It could have been on one of those, but I've definitely done this recipe before on one of my channels. I think it might have been, not channel, video. But yeah, I've definitely done it before, so you could have a look, or if you want the recipe, if you just comment down below and I'll put the recipe. But they're really nice, the kids love them, and it's just, yeah, nice alternative to like having a bag of crisps or chips if you're in America. I realise I have a lot of, quite a lot of my viewers are from America and Canada. So every time I say something, I'm like, wait, no, actually, it's different in America or Canada, so I better specify. Yeah, chips, crisps, same thing. But yeah, once pumpkin pie was done, I realised the reason that I did a pumpkin pie this time was because I found out that I can freeze it. So yeah, I cut it up into slices, put them in like different freezer bags, and then put them in the freezer. It freezes really well. Once it's defrosted, it tastes the exact same. It doesn't affect like the texture of it or anything, so which is really good. It means I can make them, freeze loads, and then be able to have it all year, even if I can't get hold of the pumpkin puree. The little baby ones froze pretty cool as well. So and here's the crackers. This time I put parmesan in with them and garlic and stuff, so that was really nice. I just had a pot of grated parmesan, so I thought why not, and yeah, it turned out really nice. The pumpkin pie that I did needed 1 whole tin plus a little bit extra of the pumpkin puree, so I thought, well, I've got a second tin open, I may as well try and use it up. So I had a look and found a recipe for sourdough pumpkin cookies, and I thought I'd give it a go. I'd never tried the recipe before. It looked a little bit sort of runny, so I thought, well, I'll add a bit more flour. But looking back, I probably shouldn't have, because they didn't really spread out as much. They kind of held their shape a little bit more. They didn't really spread out as much as what, you know, cookies usually would. So yeah, I probably should have just stuck with the recipe instead of changing it, but they still tasted fine. Yeah, they were quite nice. They froze nicely and defrosted fine as well. And Charlie really liked them, which he's just not a massive eater, and he's not really too keen on pumpkin stuff. So I was quite surprised, but he really liked them. He called them cakes, but yeah, he liked them anyway. And then I fed my starter because I'm a terrible sourdough mum lately. I just kind of feed it as and when I remember and leave the poor thing on the side or neglected. But yeah, that was pretty much it though. Once I made these, I was done. Like, to get all of this cooking done in one day and all the washing up in between and stuff as well, it's a lot. It feels very good at the end of the day when you know you've filled up your freezer and you've got like everything already made, cookies and cakes and pie and everything, but it's a lot of work in the day when you're doing it all, and obviously everything else that you have to do in the day in between. But yeah, this is how they looked when they were done. They were really nice. But yeah, I hope you found the video useful. If you do want any recipes, let me know, and I'll put them down in the comments. But yeah, thanks again for watching. I really appreciate it, and everyone that's subscribed, thank you so much. It really does mean the world to me. I can't believe I'm almost at 250 subscribers already. Crazy. But yeah, love you guys. Bye.